Yo, what is up YouTube? It's your boy Legend and I'm back with another video. You already know what this is, just by looking at the thumbnail. Now, sorry I haven't been uploading. I had scrims to partake in because I was trialing out a couple of players from my Apex Legends team for AOGS Year 4. As you guys know, I'm trying to become a pro player, but that's a story for another time. But let me know if you guys like this in the comments down below. Without further ado, let's get into the intro so we can start this What If.
これが私の残白刀の真の力。
Alright guys, before we actually get into this, I just want to throw in a quick note. I wrote this. This is my own writing. This is my what if that I wrote. So don't be in the comments being like, oh, where the link, let me get the link to this. No, I wrote this. But let's get into it. Chapter 1, The Last Breath. Naruto lay on the hard ground as he panted. He could feel his new power fading rapidly. His breathing was ragged. Blood ran from the side of his mouth, and with each slow beat of his heart, felt as though it would burst. He closed his eyes, taking comfort that he was able to kill Ishiki. Naruto then woke. He looked around and found himself in a white transparent field. He looked down and was able to see his dead body that was no longer in burying mode. A tear fell from his eye as his son ran to his lifeless body. Naruto turned, unable to watch the scene that would unfold. He knew he was dead, and as far as he knew, there was nothing here for him. Naruto began to walk. He got 15 steps before he felt something approaching. The presence was cold, prompting him to turn as he saw some weird creature that wore a mask. What the hell am I supposed to be looking at? The unknown creature lunged at Naruto, prompting him to dodge as he watched the ungraceful thing slide past him on its face. Naruto scratched the back of his head. Was this supposed to be a joke? Naruto turned to walk once more, but stopped when he felt the thing stand again. It was a good 4 feet taller than Naruto, with a slender frame. You're getting annoying very fast. Naruto went to form a Rasengan but froze. What the hell? I can't feel my chakra. Naruto looked up to see the thing reaching for him as he opted to punch whatever it was in the face. The thing flew back a few feet, and Naruto continued his assault, jumping into the air and landing on the neck of the creature. You're very persistent. You know that? Naruto stomped the mask, planting the thing into the ground as he began to walk away. Naruto then heard a very unpleasant screeching noise, causing him to cover his ears. He turned to see 3 more of those things. You got to be kidding me. Naruto then heard a laugh, causing him to turn. He saw a dark-skinned woman with purple hair and a scarf, and an all-black combat suit. If Naruto had to comment on her looks, he'd say that she was beautiful. You're the first soul I've come across that wasn't afraid of these hollows. You seem to be struggling. Take a breath, and I'll handle the rest. The woman moved, and in 4 seconds she was back in her original spot. The hollows were gone. You have to free them using a Zanpakuto. You need to strike their mask. Naruto was confused as hell. What did she mean? Free them? The woman laughed. You'll find out later. I'm positive I'll see you again. But now I have to send you away from here so these hollows can leave you alone. The woman pressed the hilt of her Zanpakuto to Naruto's forehead, so he was enveloped by a light before he disappeared. Alrighty then. Now for the field work. Time of death 4:21 p.m. Height 5'10". The woman then looked up from her notepad. Damn, I never got his name. Oh well, I'll fill it out once I recruit him into my squad. In the Soul Society. Naruto looked around the place that he was in. He was literally just teleported into the middle of the street. Is this the afterlife? Naruto looked around. The place was nice. Nicer than Konoha. For a new soul, you have a very high spiritual pressure. It's very impressive. Naruto turned to face his visitor. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sosuke Aizen, and I'm the captain of the 5th Division in the Imperial Guards. I am also one of many instructors at the Spiritual Arts Academy. Naruto nodded, feeling more at ease around the man. Naruto Uzumaki, 7th Hokage of the village hidden in the leaves. Aizen tilted his head. That was a strange title to have. It sounded high-ranking. Naruto looked to be 18, but Aizen knew that once you die, your soul reverts back to when you were in your prime. Allow me to show you around, Naruto. Naruto allowed Aizen to show him around. Time skip. Naruto sat at the table in his new apartment in a kneeling position. He picked up his chopsticks and quickly ate his bowl of rice. Today was his first day at the Spiritual Arts Academy. He got up and put on his black and white robes along with the sandals. Naruto walked out of the Japanese-style apartment and began to make his way towards the academy. Naruto walked with his hands resting on the back of his head. Hey, you, new guy! Naruto stopped walking and turned to see a red-headed teen with a girl with black hair and a bob style. Yo, first time seeing you around. I'm Renji. This is my best friend Rukia. Naruto looked at the two of them before giving his name. Naruto Uzumaki. Naruto went to start walking again, but he stopped when he heard a stifled laugh. Fish cake. Your name is Fish Cake. Renji then began to laugh as Rukia got a tick mark on her head. Naruto just looked at the boy because that's what he was. He was acting exactly how he looked, and that was a 16-year-old boy. Naruto waited for him to stop laughing before he spoke. The actual meaning of my name is Maelstrom, and the last name means whirling tides. Now, if there's nothing else, I have someplace to be. Naruto turned and walked off, leaving the two of them there. There was someone else watching Naruto as he handled the situation, and she rather liked how mature he acted. She could tell that he was older than what his 18-year-old body portrayed. She walked over and started a conversation with him. You're new around here, right? Naruto ran a finger through his hair and spoke. If you didn't already know, you wouldn't ask, so my question is, what do you want? The petite woman was taken aback by his response, but she held her tongue. She wasn't going to provoke him when she knew nothing about him. Right, my name is Soifan, and I'm the apprentice of Yoruichi, captain of the Stealth Division. Naruto found that little piece of information interesting but paid little attention as he gave his name. Soifan did not want to drop the conversation yet and asked for his main course of study. She was surprised when Naruto gave his answer. He had Zanpakuto arts, Kido arts, and Ryatsu arts. Unlike most Soul Reapers in training, who had at least 4 and sometimes even 6 classes, Naruto only had 3. Naruto then went on to explain that because of how he was trained in his past life, he only needed Zanpakuto training for a brush up, and since Kido worked similar to what he called chakra in his past life, he only needed to brush up on that too. The same thing went for his Ryatsu. It would be used to enhance his body and boost his speed and aura. So basically, he only needed the classes to hone his skill, and then he'd be able to graduate, as long as he'd be able to pass a written and physical test. After that, he'd get picked by one of the 13 squads, and he'd get his Zanpakuto. Soifun was amazed. Even though she was an apprentice under Yoruichi, she still had to go through the full course. Naruto, however, basically had to go until he was comfortable with his skill. Naruto and Soifun continued to walk in silence. Naruto knew where to go because he was shown the layout on his tour with Aizen. Actually, it was Aizen who would be personally training him in the use of a Zanpakuto. Naruto didn't know why Aizen was so adamant on training him with a sword, but from what he heard about the man, he would be insane to turn down training from one of the 13 court guard captains. Time skip. Naruto stood 20 paces from Aizen. The two of them held wooden swords. Aizen took 5 seconds to look over Naruto's posture. It was bad. His grip on the handle was too tight, something that would slow the speed of his strikes. He stood straight with his legs square to his shoulders, a mistake that would slow his movement speed. Aizen could see each flaw with a glance, and it just irked him. Aizen moved and was now behind Naruto, holding his training sword with one hand. You claim to be in a high-ranking power of leadership in your past life, but you force yourself to take up a stance that isn't natural. Do what feels comfortable for you, and take your stance again. Naruto dropped his practice sword as he clutched his arm and leg. When did he move? When did he strike me? Naruto grabbed his sword again and stood. He held it in a reverse grip. His knees were bent and spread far enough to grant him speed and power. Aizen rose an eyebrow. That's a unique stance. It would be difficult to teach you all the forms, but you seem to have a style of your own. Aizen moved, and to his surprise, Naruto sidestepped to strike and placed the tip of his practice sword to Aizen's neck. This stance is unique because it's the first time you have seen it. Now, if I'm correct, I can control the size of my Zanpakuto once I receive it, correct? Naruto heard clapping behind him and turned to see Aizen, who put his glasses back on. You have a lot of potential here, Naruto, and you learn fast. Nothing, well, something that all captains look for when recruiting. And with your own unique style, a lot more attention will be drawn to you. Aizen then walked off as he turned the corner, leaving Naruto alone. You know that you will be placed in all advanced classes after that, right? Naruto heard the unfamiliar voice, but he didn't answer immediately. He walked over to a rack and placed down his wooden sword. And who might you be? Naruto turned and took in the appearance of the beautiful woman that stood behind him. Sorry, where are my manners? My name is Renjiku Matsumoto. Naruto nodded and walked a few paces before he stopped and turned. I take it you're in advanced classes? Renjiku chuckled awkwardly. She had a friend in advanced classes, but she wasn't in them herself. Seeing her chuckle, Naruto didn't need her to say anything, so he continued to walk away. Hey, wait! Naruto stopped and turned. What's your name? Naruto gave his name and continued to walk, not noticing a pair of eyes that looked down on him. So Aizen has already taken an interest in the newcomer. He has talent, but he is still inexperienced. A figure then landed next to the one who spoke. You're very deep in thought, Byakuya. The serious captain turned. I'm trying to figure out what makes the newcomer so wanted by Sosuke Aizen. Yoruichi, the queen of Flash Step, took a step forward, looking over the edge of the building at the blonde that was back in his prime. Oh, you mean Naruto? My apprentice Soifana has already taken an interest in him as well. Naruto then stopped walking. He then turned and looked in the direction of Byakuya and Yoruichi, but saw nothing. Yoruichi raised an eyebrow and smiled. Byakuya boy, he can sense our Ryatsu. Time skip. Naruto stood next to Renjiku. Currently, they were in Kido class, and they were throwing their Kido attacks at practice dummies 25 meters away. Hado number 4, Byakurai. Naruto pointed his fingers forward as a pale beam of lightning shot from it, ripping through the test dummy. Renjiku looked on with her mouth open, along with Renji. Aizen saw how easily Naruto performed the offensive Kido spell, so he had someone go and get Naruto another test dummy. Naruto looked at the dummy, called the name of his Kido spell, and watched as another pale beam of lightning ripped through the dummy. At this point, Naruto was, he's already mastered 6 offensive and 3 defensive Kido spells. Aizen smiled as he walked up to Naruto. "Your talent is real, Uzumaki-san. You've only arrived a total of 3 weeks ago in living time, and you show immense growth. Your background in your past life has helped you with controlling your Ryatsu early. It helped with your Zanpakuto skill, and it's helped with your Kido and Bakudo skill." Aizen said nothing, just letting the statement hang in the air for some time, trying to gauge the blonde's reaction. "Thank you for the compliment. I'm just putting all my skills into this. After all, you were the one who gave me the opportunity to be something important when I first arrived." Aizen gave a friendly smile as he placed a hand onto Naruto's shoulder. "Uzumaki-san, how would you like to become my personal apprentice? And with that position comes the position of Lieutenant of Squad 5, which is run by me." Everyone in the class was shocked to hear this, but Naruto rejected the offer. There was just something with Aizen that was off-putting. He was way too nice, too willing to help, and quick to compliment. "Sorry, Captain Aizen, but respectfully, I'd have to decline. There is more talent here than me, and you giving a position like this to me would only build resentment among my peers." Aizen was disappointed by the answer he gave, but he didn't let it show. He simply just went on with his teachings. Naruto sighed before he heard someone call his name. He turned to see Renjiku with a sheepish look on her face. "Can you help me with my Kido? I would ask Rukia, but you see, you just seem more of a natural, so I decided to ask you." Naruto wasn't sure if that was the real reason she asked him to teach her. She was already astounding at it, so what did she need help with? To him, she seemed, like she didn't need help with it at all. "Isn't your boyfriend or whatever one of the captains? Why not ask him? I'm sure he'd have no problem in helping you." Renjiku was taken aback by this question. Yes, Jin was her love interest. Yes, he was a captain who would have no problem assisting her, but why was Naruto being so guarded when he interacted with her? Yes, he could, but he won't always be there to help with every little thing." Naruto gave a sigh as he walked over to her. As Naruto walked over to her, he focused on sensing her spiritual pressure. She had a good amount, not as much as he had, so it should be a lot easier for her to do Kido. She had less spiritual energy, so she would be able to control it more, which would make her Kido easier. Your control over your spiritual energy is subpar, as I'm feeling so far. If I may ask, what was your occupation in your last life before you came into the Soul Society? Renjiku gave Naruto a blank look. She didn't know why it mattered. "I was nothing. I died before I even hit my teenage years." Naruto nodded. So now he knew that she had no prior experience with controlling some type of internal energy. Now Renjiku was curious. Naruto, what were you before you came here?" Naruto looked at her and told her. He was the former Hokage of the village hidden in the leaves. but he's not the same person. So he wasn't going to try and be that same person. Renjiku, your ability to do Keto starts with your control. After your control, then it comes your stance. Yes, there is the basic fundamental stance for every Keto and Bakudo form, but in a real fight against Hollows, you're not going to break your position to go into a fundamental stance to use Keto. Naruto started to release all of his spiritual pressure onto Renjiku as she fell to her knees from the force. She started to gasp as she tried to climb back to her feet, but the weight was just too much. Renjiku, what I'm doing is a form of Ryatsu control that can benefit anyone who tries it, but what I want you to do is raise your hand and fire off your Keto spell at that dummy. Aizen watched with keen interest. He has never seen a teaching method like this, but to Aizen, Naruto wasn't willing to join him. Then he was a threat to him. Time skip 6 months later. It was late at night as Aizen sat in his study. He stared at the wall with his hands folded before he stood. He walked out of the room before leaving his home, Zanpakuto strapped to his waist. He made his way to the poor side of the Soul Society before he vanished in a beam of light. Aizen appeared in Hueco Mundo as he met with Berrigan. Lord Aizen, I was expecting you earlier. Aizen walked past the former king of Hueco Mundo as he entered the messy palace. I have a job for you and your pawns. There is a newcomer in the Soul Society that is steadily becoming a threat to me. I want you and Yukiura, along with your hollow pawns, to go and invade Soul Society. I want you to weaken them, and if you can, kill Naruto Uzumaki. He is a blonde in his prime, short spiky hair, and birthmarks on his face. You'll know him when you see him. With that, Aizen left Hueco Mundo. He returned back to his residence in Soul Society. Now all Aizen had to do was wait. The next day, Aizen made his way back to the poor side of the Soul Society as he ripped open a dimension to the Dangai, the dimension connecting the worlds of Hueco Mundo and Soul Society together. Aizen flashed away, so not to be seen near the crime scene. Naruto was currently lying on his bed with his best friend Soifan lying on the floor next to him. The two of them have grown close, and she's become a somewhat frequent sparring partner of Naruto. Unknowing to Naruto, Soifan developed a bit of a crush on him. But now that she had graduated from the academy and was now a lieutenant of Yoriichi, she never acted on her emotions due to her always being around her captain. Naruto himself was still in the academy, but he was scouted by many other captains. He was scouted by the captain of Squad 6, Byakuya Kuchiki, captain of Squad 1, Shunshui Kirikou, captain of Squad 11, Zuraki Kenpachi, and captain of Squad 10, Toshiro Hitsugaya. Naruto then shot straight up along with Soifan as the two of them felt an immense level of spiritual pressure. The amount was threatening, and it was rising higher by the second. If Naruto were any weaker, it would be hard for him to even move. Soifan grabbed her Zanpakuto, and Naruto hadn't even graduated yet, so all he had was just a wooden sword, which he grabbed as the two of them ran out of the house. With Berrigan, he and Yukiura walked through the rift left open by Aizen, and hundreds of lower level hollows and a few Menos Grandes followed behind them. Yukiura, you already know our mission. We cause havoc and weaken the Soul Society, and we kill Uzumaki if we are able to. The hollows flew off, and the two Espada vanished, leaving the Menos to march through the streets of the Soul Society. The captains of the 13 court guards reacted fast and met the hollows. Toshiro, captain of Squad 10, appeared as he looked up at the Menos Grande before his spiritual energy alone. Frost started to appear around the surrounding area. Release Hiyorimaru, a chain link with a crescent moon blade, appeared from the hilt of his Zanpakuto as a dragon of ice formed from the sword. With Naruto and Soifon, the two landed in front of the two Espada, and both Espada knew exactly who Naruto was. Baragon, seeing his target, raised a finger and launched a Sero. Naruto, seeing the attack, didn't move. Bakudo number 89, Danku. Soifon, seeing this, went wide-eyed. He was trying to block a Sero with a Bakudo spell. Soifon was shocked when the attack slammed into the barrier, and all it did was crack it. Naruto pulled his wooden sword and moved with Soifon. Hado number 4, Byakurai. But guys, I'm going to end it off right here. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe while you're at it. But I'm out. Now I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.